Live from Wave in Louisville, Kentucky. This is Listens Live.
Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome into Wave Listens Live. My name is Garrett Moore. Another great show coming up this afternoon. Taking a look at the rundown today. We have That's already going to be that kind of show. Thought Snob Thursday with Paula Swope. She'll be here talking about their spa retreats, and we'll tell you how you can get involved. And then, of course, we got the wonderful team at Elder Advisors, bringing a wealth of knowledge to help all of you viewing to protect your assets and your peace of mind so that you do not go broke in a nursing home. Don't go broke in a nursing home. Joined now by Larry Weiss,
hello,
Lindsay
children.
Fleming,
hello, Kentuckiana. Hello.
Who just loved that I get to flub my first couple of lines on today's show.
Garrett, you're the consummate professional. You're fine.
I'm trying to just be like you three. So,
well, at least like Autumn.
I'm sticking around to learn more about the spa. What's going on? I could use a trip.
The Elder Advisors team has been working in this area for a number of years now and have a very proven track record of protecting assets so you don't go broke in a nursing home. I want to start with you, Larry. There is a lot that can go into this. I would love for you to reiterate your philosophy as in your approach to helping people protect their assets.
Well, at a minimum, for the crisis planning, when we have someone in a nursing home, if they're a single person, it's obviously very stressful. We can protect about half the assets for a single person, and there's at least one person watching. Well, they said they couldn't do it. That's because of barbershop law. You know, the society is such we just focus on the negative and nothing can be done. That's not true. That certainly doesn't happen to our clients. If they're single, we can still protect about half of the assets, even if they're in care now, writing checks for $12,000. I can't get that $80,000 back they've left over there for the last 8 months, but the remaining $100,000 I can protect, typically about half. For a married couple, we can protect pretty much all of the assets. That's what Elder Advisors does. But I want to kind of focus. We had a family come in yesterday, and I would call that, the theme would be denial. And just the family comes in, we've got the caregiver and a granddaughter, and we're getting two different messages. The caregiver is kind of sitting there very quiet, and the family member that's a little removed from it, she's kind of running, you know, answering questions. Oh no, I think you know, Uncle Bob is fine, really like that. He just needs maybe some help at home. And we're like, okay. Well, then the caregiver starts talking about, well, you know, he's playing with matches and he's getting his guns and knives out.
Oh my gosh.
They're like, well, that sounds like skilled care, secure memory care, perhaps.
Yeah,
and it's a disconnect because it hurts the caregiver. The caregiver is the one that's suffering for this. They're the ones that people lose. They're the ones that didn't think they'd be raising their 85-year-old father. They retired work early. And we can help take that stress off the caregivers because there is help.
And there is, folks, I encourage you to go look up Elder Advisors. If you just look through all the 5-star reviews that they have just on their Google page alone, there's one very, very recently talking about this exact same thing of all of a sudden somebody forced to care for a loved one. They were not planning on it, and you all, there's a lot more behind the scenes than just the 3 people you see representing Elder Advisors right here. It took a full team approach to get around that, and that is not uncommon for you all.
Yeah, no, it's not. And yeah, the team is growing. So a couple of things. I think you said that we've been doing this a number of years. We've been doing this a number of decades. Not me, obviously. I'm far too young for that. But Larry's been here for, 3 decades. So we're 30 years next year.
I started when I was 19.
Yeah. So we have just a ton of knowledge, and the team is growing. So we've added 4 full-time employees in the last year, and that's just because, folks are recognizing the skill set, recognizing what we do, and we're rising to the occasion to meet these families' needs. But there is just a message about it's okay to ask for help, right? It's okay to not know, but you need to come in, have a free consultation so that we can kind of help diagnose and point you in the right direction. And the family yesterday was just not a lot of clarity. What's available, what's not available, why is this good, why is this bad, and what does that look like 3 months, 3 years down the road? So encourage anybody and everybody who's caring for an elderly loved one or knows somebody who's caring for an elderly loved one to call us or to come in for a free consultation, because there is a lot. We appreciate the 5-star reviews. We've got the best clients. We just have the best. We have the best clients, and it's a privilege to serve them.
Well, and it does. And those reviews don't happen without great service. And I do want to go over to the Director of Client Services, Autumn Schneider.
Yay.
When somebody contacts the Elder Advisors team and the ball gets rolling, where do you and the rest of your team step into making sure the right placement happens, the right documents are found and submitted to the right agencies? Take me through that process, because there could be a lot happening.
That's a really big process, and it's not just not just me, so I may take a phone call from someone that's referred, maybe from a facility, or it could be a past client that we've had, and oh, well, dad's taking a fall, here we are. And so then it really comes into the new 4 people, or at least 3 of the Medicaid team that we've got to hand off, and they're going to start with a collection of documents that's, I mean, it's going to be a really big stack of documents that we help hold their hand along the way.
And that's that peace of mind part. That's that peace of mind part. But placement is huge, and Autumn does a great job with that. There's 20 different steps depending on each person, and then placement will come in and we'll see, well, you know, what does this person specifically need? You know, what area would you be happy being in? You know, what do they need dialysis? Do they need different things? So there's so many different things that go into it, and then clinically to be approved everywhere. And choosing a placement is not like, I would like to go to Walmart or Target today. Like, it's not like that. Placement, different centers provide different specialties. They're in different areas of town. They have different bed availability. Locked units, different things. And the amount of time that Autumn saves clients from going to, there's like, you know, sometimes they'll come in and they're like, well, I've been to 4 places, and here's they have spent 2 days away from work touring 4 places that we know are never going to work for this client's specific set of circumstances. Autumn saves our clients that time. Let the professional do it. You know, your time is so valuable. Lots of these folks are trying to take off work, and they've got a caregiver they're trying to care for. A lot of these adult children have children in school they're trying to take care of, and Autumn is just a time saver because she's going to really narrow that search down so you're not wasting time at places that aren't going to work.
You touched on a couple of other things. I'm coming back to you, Larry, for this. It sounds like every case is going to be unique. No case is the same, and yet your team has put in the work to gain the experience and is constantly learning the updates in your space to make sure that you build the right blueprint for protecting assets and getting care placement.
And what you just said is really what we do. We adapt and improvise, because that's really what it is. We had a family come in yesterday, a couple of sisters. There was an attorney involved several years ago doing some pre-planning for the family. Well, now mom has declined to the point where she's got some problems, and the girls are very upset. So now we have to deal with placement. Placement really is a 4-letter word. It's not good, okay? It's tough. So first, they sit down, they tell me, well, we're going to need secure memory care because of mom's level of dementia. Oh, and by the way, we need dialysis. Oh, and by the way, we don't have much money. I mean, it's like the triple play.
Dialysis is, there's not that many facilities, but we can help you.
So Autumn's got to tee that up, and she'll get it across the finish line. But like Lindsay was saying, and quite frankly, it's the first insightful thing she said in weeks. But that time, she had a nugget of truth there, which is families will spend so much time barking up the wrong tree, and all they've done is waste time. Their boss is like, you know, get off the personal time and get back to work. They're trying to make these calls.
Maybe they've gone to a facility and they've wrote checks and they can't stay there.
They can't.
And then what? We can't get that back, you know?
Well, a wealth of knowledge, like we keep talking about. Don't go broke in a nursing home. Like we said a number of times, there is a full team at Elder Advisors taking care of you and your loved ones as you age and building the right plan for you. And we are going to introduce you to a new member of the team after a short break. But right now, we want to make sure that you know you have a couple of chances to, or you have a chance to win a couple of tickets to the Home and Garden Show, a family 4-pack for the Home and Garden Show this weekend. Call right now to the number on the screen, 502-571-5263, and be the 3rd caller to win that family 4-pack of tickets. We've got more Listens Live coming up after a short break right here on Wave News.
Wave Charlie Wilson's Jen Air Kitchen is furnished by Miller's Fancy Bath and Kitchen, Kentuckiana Countertops, and Annabelle